I was born and brought up on the Cotswold Hills, 45 minutes from here, beautiful place to live and work, and every morning I wake up and I want to go to work, which very few people can say that. In fact, Carrie-Anne was telling me that she loves her job, and I said, that's me and you have got something in common there, because there's very few people who wake up in the morning and really love what they do. So talking about collaboration and working together, part of the theme that you have today is this man on the farm has made a huge difference to my life. His name is Duncan Andrews. He and I worked together while we travelled the world. He then went and worked for the Agricultural Mortgaging Corporation. He didn't have any family farm to go back to, but he got a really good grounding in business studies by doing that and understood farming business, which is so important in today's climate. And he then ended up on the Isles of Scilly with his wife and kids, where they had a holiday let and a few sheep and a few pigs and cut flowers and those sorts of things. And I visited him once and said, look, Duncan, I'm struggling to run the farm park and our commercial farm and all the rare breeds. If you ever want to educate your kids on the mainland, let me know. Before I knew it, he'd sent me a business plan, he joined the farm, we're now 50-50 across the whole thing. And for me, that was a light shining moment, because I suddenly realised, actually, if I surround myself in people who complement my skills, the business can grow and improve and get better and better. And that's what lots of businesses really need to do, is to stick to your brand values. In farming and food production, we've followed the trend, we've chased the buck, we've gone for the money, and we've often forgotten about our values and what we really stand for. And it's great at events like this that you're really getting back on track, really striving for healthy production and healthy people. We try and source all our food locally for our cafe, for our restaurants. So we use a local baker, we use meat off the farm, a local dairy. It's not easy, as you all know. Trying to source food locally is really, really quite difficult at times, particularly getting it at the right price. So, you know, what you're talking about today, I understand the huge challenges you face to get that at the right price. Wonderful that now there's a certain age group of children that we're getting free school meals. But I understand you've still got to do it at the right budget. Really, really very, very difficult. And I have a huge amount of respect for all of you that are managing to achieve that. In the BBC, you know, they're thinking about educating people about food and where it comes from and healthy cooking. And that's what you people are doing all the time. Every day you wake up and think about it. And that's so important. And it's really important, I think, that you try and get your message out there as much as possible. It's great with television. We can sometimes get it wrong by telling the message in the wrong way and you know, disrupting industries in some instances. But what you can do by getting yourself in the local papers, getting on the local radio, tweeting, you know, the media love the story about food production. So all get out there and do your own little bit and push that story about all the hard work you're doing. And it's been great for me on the programme to rub shoulders with Nigel, and we grew our own Durham wheat and made our own pasta. Really very, very exciting. And wonderful now that lots of schools have got their own growing gardens and growing their own food and educating the children again. So my grandparents understood about the value of food. It was my generation that lost the way, really. At college, we were eating pot noodles and life was fast and we were all out there trying to make a quick buck. And now it's people like me who have got children who have lost that. We've lost a sort of generation gap. There's a generation gap there. We've sort of lost that knowledge and we've forgotten how to educate our children about food. And so it's about people like yourselves, people in schools that have got to try and bridge that gap and get it back into our mindset about what we're eating. I think over the next 5 to 10 years, there's going to be some amazing opportunities, but we have to ride that exciting wave very, very carefully and very, very cautiously, because as the pressure for cost and price is pushed onto the farmer, it's so easy to deviate down the wrong line and to chase the money rather than to stick with your values.